outside. It's all weird stuff. I don't know. This place is whacked. Trash day is over. Trash comes early now. I can't even go out in the AM. It comes very, very early to go get the rounds. I guess they didn't call me back either. I actually applied to the trash place. They said they start at like 3:30 in the morning or something until I finish. And I was like, yeah, that sucks. But to a claw truck, nothing. I give up on this whole state. I think I give up. Give up. Done applying. What am I gonna put? Oh yeah, trash it. Trash it versus the landfill. I used to try to resell like everything, and at one point, you could really resell everything. Now you can't anymore. So they have to put a limit on your items, and then you just gotta trash it if you have them for 100, 200, sometimes 300 days. You know that's a little excessive to go keep the same thing, and I'm just not using it. So you have to go trash it. Now with the what happened big with the Amazon and the eBay and the influx of cheap Chinese stuff. People will buy the Chinese counterfeit parts and they won't buy the OEM stuff, and they'll pay the Chinese can ship it here for 19.99 free shipping. You can't do that. So uh wow, that's a spam message right there, buddy. It's a spam message right there. That's a spam. That's a spam message right there, buddy. That's a spam. So that's a spam one. But anyway, the Chinese have taken over with the cheap goods, and it makes your OEM original stuff, basically worthless because it is, you know you can't do business for that amount of money. No, you're just gonna trash it. Like a lot of the OEM stuff, you just can't sell it anymore. So it sucks. So you gotta trash it. You have to put a time frame. Just like the CDs I have next. CDs are gonna be trashed next. I'm not for like $1 CD. It's not worth having all that space, cubic feet of space being eaten up for like $1 of CDs. It's just stupid. So it's gonna be gone too. Life in Tornado Alley. Oh, it's Tornado Alley guy over there. Game over. Games used to sell too and all that kind of stuff. Now that shit doesn't even sell anymore either. Yeah, there comes a point though where you just have too much inventory and you have to do something with it. Is that a spider right there or something else? I swear it just had a termite. No, that's not a spider. I had like a termite before. $1 for 50 CDs. It might be worth. They're shitty CDs anyway. Who can listen to freaking music anyway? I don't listen to music. I'm starting to like I did like a year ago. I have a bunch of no, not even a year ago, probably like 6 months ago. I tried to go through my own personal collection just to get rid of it because I'm never gonna use that shit anymore. And I bought it when I was like 14 at Newbury Comics in Massachusetts mostly, and then they're cheap there. I'm actually getting a lot back on the CDs. I'm pretty much getting back what I paid 20 years ago. I need a vehicle if you want to clean out your what? So that was that. What else? Yeah, trash day's over. Trash comes early now. But yeah, I can't collect people's crap anymore. Even like a lot of people are throwing out like metal art and stuff like that. I'm just gonna want to bring it to the scrap iron yard, which is unfortunate. You can't even get like $5 for the shit anymore. You can try listing it in all different venues. At least like I had so many items for sale or so many items listed. I came up with a formula and I was able to list everything much faster than I used to. I used to be like, oh, I picked this. Oh no, now I gotta go list it for sale and take pictures. Oh, I used to like mess with my mind. Now I can bang it out in like minutes. I came up with a better solution. Bam. I do everything basically from the phone. It's so much more easier. I used to use like a point and shoot camera, and then I would drop the point and shoot like 4 times, and the battery on the point and shoot would go bad, and the memory card would be full, and all this other bullshit. and it just took too much time. And then the pictures were too big, and they wouldn't like fit, and they couldn't crop it. Yeah. And then it was like, I hate fucking cell phones. I hate smartphones. And I started using it, and it makes it so much simpler to list everything. There was a guy I used to buy Snap-on tools from years ago. He used to list everything from his phone, and he was showing me how fast he did it. It's like, see how fast that was? I was like, oh, I'm doing it all wrong. What the hell? Just get the Instaprint I don't know what Instaprint cameras are. Inventory everything I have would be actually absolutely great. I don't know if it ever happened. Like every single tool I have, every single car part by part number. I would love to do that. It wouldn't take that long either, but it would actually be beneficial if you move somewhere. But you would need like almost double the space to dump your stuff, and then maybe even put it in like a container or something in the back of your house, and then this, piece by piece. Try to inventory, set like a daily goal. Try to inventory maybe like 20 items a day. What's up with all the gay comments? Okay, that's not cool. And no, that's gay stuff. Just what the fuck, man. If you want to go have stupid shit. If you know the store, yeah, store B. I used to work at BJ's back in the day. He hasn't even acknowledged me. I won't waste my time. I don't even know what you're saying, Merkel. Are you Steve Urkel, Merkel? I think I did the wrong person. God damn it. I fucked up. Sorry. Do you have any RC cars? Yeah, I do have RC cars. Yeah, I screwed up the wrong person by accident. Oh well. Acknowledge the trolls. Who the hell's Merkel? I don't even know what you said, dude. Do you take questions? I don't know. I didn't even say. Someone's blasting music outside right now. You hear that shit? Nobody cares anymore. It's like 12 people just drive around. Boom. Nobody has jobs anymore because they probably also applied to around 47 places and they didn't have it. Why no questions? You have to go through the question. Usually someone asks a question and then it's something stupid. Like, why are your eyes green and you have booger hanging out of your nose or something like that? My eyes are not green. I don't have a booger currently out of my nose. Maybe I will later though. So there's that. Yeah, I got RC cars. I got RC car. I have like I don't even know where the hell they are. All the boxes are all fucked up. I got like a SC10 4x4 Traxxas Stampede that I had since I was a child, and the RC10 T3 I had since I was a child. And I have a bunch of parts for them too. I used to make RC car videos back in the day and put a little camera on them and stuff, a little spy car, but that got old. I don't even know where all that crap is. It's all just scattered around again, and plus, one thing's over here from various floods and other psycho bullshit that goes on here. So one day we'll get back to it if it's all not destroyed. Again, skip right over me answering a question to ask you a question. Questions cost $5 million. But yeah, don't hold on to crap though. Like even this nail gun thing over here, I'm gonna put a 2-week limit on it. If it's not sold in 2 weeks, next time I go to the scrap iron yard, it's gonna go. I got another nail gun in the back of the truck now. That's gonna go in the scrap pile. So I tried. How do I achieve this build? I don't know. Go eat more ice cream. Watch Larry Lawton. Maybe he's still playing GTA. I tried to join Larry Lawton. If you see that guy's channel, he was like an ex-criminal and now he plays video games. He's old as hell. I tried to join their Discord and they wanted so much personal information and they said, oh, you can't use a VPN, you can't use this, and you can't use that. You gotta verify that you're a real human. I was like, fuck that, leave server. Hello, big bro, pisses me, help me, $300. I don't know. He bigger than your bro. Larry? Oh, you live in Florida, tornado guy? He lives in the, like, what the fuck is that place called? Like Palm Bay. That's where they had the abandoned place called the Compound. It was famous over there. And they were all little drift cars. It was like 200 miles of abandoned roads. Apparently, I think they have some road project, though, that's going to interfere through, or like go right through, because they're building everywhere in the state. So I think they're finally going to do something with the compound. All they did was they paved roads. Oh, probably. Oklahoma City, never been there. That's why I have Timothy McVeigh. And that's when you started renting box trucks. Now they want all your information. You go to a federal database now when you want to rent a box truck. Thanks to that guy, just more of your rights taken away due to some psycho. What was? Oh, Oklahoma. That's Oklahoma City. I was thinking Oklahoma's kind of cool state. You can still get a house there, I think, kind of cheap. But you get the bad storms, you get the tornadoes, you get the hailstorms, you get the shit destroying your roof, destroying your car. So I don't know. Oh yeah, I was from Lockport, New York. Where the hell is Lockport? Somewhere upstate, I guess. I don't remember. I think I heard of it before. I think they used to actually make. I think I had boxes actually. Lockport, New York. It was AC Delco parts or GM. They had like some factory there. I don't know. Yeah, it's Texas though. Texas is weird. Yeah, it probably was outside Buffalo. They used to make stuff up there. Not anymore. Places like Ghost Town, apparently. I still want to do an upstate New York tour. Go to all the old cities. There's so many of them. They have to Amsterdam. They got a bunch of them. They got Sleepy Hollow. Oh no, not Sleepy Hollow. Never been there. One day. That whole state's falling apart though. That was Corvair Wild that used to post videos. He used to go through all around America, and then he lives in upstate New York, and there are more police in upstate New York than he was all around America. He saw more state police cars. Like New York State's fucked up, and all the rest areas in New York State just look bombed compared to everywhere else in America. Yeah, I moved like longer than that. Time to move again, but I have no home. I gotta build like a container house somewhere. I gotta need a little piece of land and weld a bunch of shipping containers together. Yeah, New York State's weird. I'll never go to New York State again. New York State used to tax me. Even when I made no money at all, they said, "Oh, we need to tax you for more money." I was like, "What the fuck?" I had everything like fine. Maybe like the school shit. I don't know, some like school bullshit grant that they paid. They gave you like $500 or something for like some stupid ass state school. I don't know. They like tax you on that shit, like earn income or something. And it's like, bro, I'm broke. All right, now we need another. I don't know what they got me for. I think one time they got me for like 500 fucking bucks or something. And whatever, your arms feel weak and or knees feel weak and my arms feel heavy. Switch it around so that your knees feel heavy and your arms feel weak. I don't know. Stand upside down. Maybe that'll fix it. Go ask Obamacare about it. Maybe they'll fix it for $5.99.99 on a waiting list. Some shit. I don't know. But yeah, get rid of the useless shit though that you can't sell. They might have more over here. That's a heater core. That's a heater core. I have no idea what the fuck that is. It's like Windows. That's like I don't know what mystery shit. Those are all car parts over there. So we're going through our shit somewhat. Yeah, spindles I'm looking at, brake lines and hoses. I need to get more shit done, but I can't with the uncertainty here and the weather and there's people's attitudes and the other bullshit. And then whatever. Lindsay Lohan is from Long Island. I had no idea. They were from like a town not too far from where I lived. I had no idea all this time. And they're the same age as me. Had no idea. Nor that I cared because we watched the movie when they were a baby. And I was like, what the hell? And then I looked at like the IMD, I don't know, the freaking movie page. And I was like, what the fuck? They were born same year. And they were born like a town over. Like not too far over. I don't care. A lot of people are famous there. Doesn't make a difference. Who cares? You know how people make a big deal out of famous people and they bring it up to a normal, regular old person, like digging ditches in the ground, and then they're like, "Oh, that fellow's famous person, blah 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 blah," and the guy's like, "Who gives a fuck? I still got to dig this hole over here." I feel the same way. You know, it doesn't make a difference. Who cares? I met so and so at the bagel store today. Wow, wow, well that's cool. Wow, I still gotta go dig fucking holes. Okay, they don't. Wow, I'm not gonna remember it for the guy who dug the hole. I'm not gonna be remembered for the guy who put the fucking tire in your car, you know, at the time. I'm not gonna be remembered for the guy who hauled away your piece of shit donation car. Whatever else I used to do. Not anymore. I don't even get remembered for showing people how to do shit in the freaking internet. They don't give a fuck. They don't care. Like maybe like 10 out of like 50,000 people will say thank you. You know, they don't care. And then like the other about 15 out of 50,000 will say you did everything wrong and the lighting wasn't right and blah blah blah. You skipped this step and blah. Use your video to go fix my whatever, and then exploded and went on fire and whatever. Okay, sure. Wow, we shouldn't have fixed it then. I guess you weren't good at it. So that's that. Oh, that's what we finally found her. We can buy her sticker for her car this year and use that again, but we still can't afford window tint or anything else. I found a pile of cash, which is cool, so at least I'll be able to run for about another month before I'm really broke. So that's cool. Hopefully something sells in the meantime, or you find something interesting in a dumpster because no one's hiring. I could run tow truck for 12 hours if the guy would hire me back. He's right around the corner, but I don't know. This place is too uncertain with the screaming and yelling and the other bullshit that goes on here. And then you get the cool days with the downpouring rain, which we had here all day, and the floods, and you still get to go out there and pick the cars. And I didn't even know for a minute when I was over there, I didn't even really forget about that. And then it came back to me very, very fast about how that kind of sucked, getting soaking wet, dealing with another person's problem because someone else didn't want to maintain their vehicle, so you have to go get it. And I do like tow trucks and everything, but the psychological effects of me drowning in a tow truck sometimes about the cause and effect and thinking about the cause and effect and why I'm even there and why am I dealing with this person and their piece of shit car. A lot of times it's the person with the piece of shit car because they refuse to be a good driver and professional and maintain it and just overall just not do anything dumb. And people like to do dumb shit. And then you gotta be the cleanup guy to go fix it. Kinda sucks. I don't know. I still like running a tow truck though. I'm gonna go look again if anyone got a junk car gig. I know the other junkyard probably is hiring, but they're like really, really shitty and their trucks are really, really shitty and I don't know. They're too far away. The scrapyard I go to is closer, it's only 7 miles away. The other junkyard's like 12 miles away. So yeah, extra miles every day. You're saving, you know, a little bit of distance every day having to go there. All adds up for the same pay. So and one place will probably give you benefits, and the one place benefits. What the fuck are benefits? So that's the other thing. So what else can we do here? I don't know. Gonna trash more stuff out, throw away more stuff. We got a decent scrap iron yard run going, but it's mostly steel. Unless I scrap all my beach chairs, and I get aggro about the beach chairs not selling, which I might. So maybe I'll get rid of it. I think there's a dent in this door over here in this car. Yeah, give everything a time limit. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna end this here, so I gotta go take a shower and do other shit. But to give everything a time limit. Some some people give people a time limit too. I don't really give people a time limit anymore. Some people get like aggro if you don't reply in X amount of time or this and that, and I don't really give a fuck about that. You know, people got shit to do. If I've been talking to someone for like even like I don't know like 3 fucking years and then finally meet or something, I'll be like, oh yeah, that's great, 3 years. I don't give a shit though. You can always do stuff earlier. You know, that could be your end goal is always do something earlier and get it done sooner. I don't know what red rocks are. Probably some freaking weird shit you're trying to get me to answer like everybody else. So, I used to have red shell rocks. They were cool. Like, I don't even think you can get those anymore. That's the same way they crush metal. Is the same way that I had red rocks all over my house. I still have a couple around here, lodge in cars and stuff. It's pretty cool. It's like a blah, blah, blah. I have red shale rocks. Archaeology. When I find an old red rock still in the car or somewhere, it's great. I think I have a collection of them actually. I picked them out because I never see them again. So I actually saved the rocks that I found and little mats and stuff like that. And I have a collection somewhere here, and I saved them. I don't know even know where they are. And I actually even found some in the back of the truck, like in the frame, in the bumper, and trapped in the bumper. When I used to get loads of rock out of that truck in pails, or just with a little skid steer would dump rock in the back. I still had it. And I had pebbles too from the old street still stuck to the car, which is cool too. I kept those too, which is crazy. Little tiny rocks from the road. Still have them somewhere. One day I'll find them again. But I just did that. It's this weird little stuff. You look like my buddy Sully. Is he weird too? Everyone looks like someone, so there we go. It probably has glasses and looks old and wrinkly. Wow, that's great. My face got fat though. My whole body got fat. I probably gained about 20 pounds in the last year because I was ill and laid up. We're working it off though. We're working it off. We're not terribly fat, but getting there. We still wear the same size clothes. Speaking of clothes, Walmart finally has clothes on discount. We're waiting for months. I gotta go buy some shorts, socks, and some other bullshit. So that's cool. Always gets to wait until there's always a discount. Buy like a year's supply of clothes when the price is down, and then when the price is up, don't buy shit. So I gotta go buy like at least 2 pairs of shorts, and I should probably look for some pants too. Pants are good to have even if it's 90. Red rocks, red rocks, red rocks, red rocks. I would have like a rock yard probably on my own house because you don't gotta mow the grass down and shit. And rocks, you can grow stuff better. You plant stuff in rocks. I don't know, some weird science with the seeds and everything. I always get little seedlings that are coming out of between bricks or rocks around here. I don't know, like the shit that grows better when it's rocks. I don't know why. I should ask my old teacher about that, but I don't know what their info is anymore. They used to have like rock gardens and stuff like that. They knew all about that. Have you ever? No, no. I don't know. I didn't even put that in the comments section. It's Men's Health Month. It used to be LGBT month. Now it's Men's Health Month. Collecting rocks is weird. What about dumb as a box of rocks? You have a box of rocks? Yeah, that's pretty cool. One day I'm gonna make a box of rocks. You need like those old little milk jugs though. Those are pretty cool. You can put a bunch of rocks in there. No questions. You have to spend $300 for a question. I'm the dictator. No, I got no cool rocks to show. I used to have uranium rocks that were test rocks for my Geiger counter, but I didn't want them as like a test piece. And they might have not even been uranium rocks. I don't know. It came with my Geiger counter I bought for like, as like a test piece. Then I sold them to some weird guy. What the hell was his name? Jim? I don't know. He wanted uranium rocks. So I sold him uranium rocks. I don't know what the fuck they were. Like, I don't know, $20 or something. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And he actually gave me like $20 for the rocks. I was gonna sell them because the test pieces sold for around $20 too. And I just said I'm never gonna use these ever again. I don't want hot rocks in my collection. They actually were hot rocks. You put your Geiger counter to them and go crazy. So it's pretty cool. Someone just died. Sirens. Why did you unmod me, Timmy? I don't know who Timmy is. I don't have any moderators. Some sirens. People are dying, robbing stores or something. What else went on down here? I don't know. Something went crazy around here. There's always something crazy. Another crazy shit. You see the and this. You watching it? I don't even watch the fucking news, but radiation is bad. If you don't think radiation's bad, I don't know. But if you didn't watch the news, there was a boat in Alaska. It's still there, abandoned. It went on fire yesterday. It had EVs on it. Maybe BYDs because it came from China. I don't know. We just don't know. But EV cars, and they blew up, and the whole ship is on fire. So that's cool with America. Imagine in people's houses with these EV things, and I see more and more and more of them around. Imagine like the fires that are gonna break out in people's houses. I'm waiting for one to go up here in condo land. There's so many parked in people's garages. I'm waiting on one of these places just to catch on fire with an EV. It's gonna be interesting. Yeah. Something's outside jumping around. Maybe it's the boogeyman. Isn't that shit? Probably a frog. It downpoured here. We finally got rain. Lithium rock, yeah. Make a lithium rock that catches on fire. You don't need a flashlight anymore. When you have a power outage, you can just light the rock on fire and it can burn down your whole place. Pretty cool. And lithium is probably a rock, is it? I don't even know how they make lithium. It's mined out of somewhere, so it probably is content in some kind of rock. And they have pulverizers which pound it down. I don't know. Yeah, go get your PhD. You come back on the channel. We'll give you another course. Why do we have so many gas cans? Someone asked that question last night. They're empty gas cans, number one, and therefore when you have a power outage. And I found most of them in the trash. If you find free gas cans, what are you gonna do? And people don't even give you any money for them. They want to give you $5 for a gas can. They cost like freaking 30. So you just hold on to them. And then when you have a power outage, I'm the guy that can freaking hold like 95 gallons of gas, and nobody else can because they have two cans. I don't fill all of them up. I do not do that. I like to have extra cans when you have an emergency in case one can leaks. You can go take the fuel out and put it in another can, which I had it happen. They crack, and then I plastic weld them together, and I still use the same can because I'm risky. Like two of those cans, I literally took a soldering iron when they were empty and full of water, and stitch them back together, and don't leak anymore. So it works. The seams split usually on the way in the top. They split. Not so much in the bottom. I have enough when it's empty. When the cars are basically full, I have enough. And when there's an outage here, it's a state law. Like a lot of these gas stations, they have to have a backup generator. So the gas station still works because they have a diesel generator. So it doesn't make a difference. Sometimes there's a 2-day delay, like during a storm, and there's no one able to man it and turn the generator on and man the store. So you just really have to be good for about 48 hours, and then you're good because the store will just hum all the way with generators. All you hear is generators when you have a power outage here because they got the big diesel ones. Everything's quiet. All you hear is whoa. Sounds like a semi truck, just like with PTO on a high idle, and a fan roaring. So it's fun. And there's enough fuel cans around and something else. I got the generator going for at least an hour or two. And I have more UPS battery backup protection than most businesses do in America. So that's the other thing. I could run for hours and hours and hours on battery and have most systems still up. Internet will work if they're still getting a light and a lot of shit. We had no power last week for like about over an hour, and I ran on batteries and nothing. My system worked good actually. It was a good test. Everything shut down when it should have because I didn't put it for a battery shutdown. I just put a time shutdown. So every system they shut down automatically. Perfect. It was great, and I still had a lot of juice left in the battery packs. China, because who isn't stressed out? It's America. Anyway, it's time to go to bed. Now I don't have a wife. I got nothing. That's another topic of discussion. Meeting people. Good luck with that. Then again, I'm a sucky person anyway, and I'd make horrible plans or no plans at all. I'd be like, "Hey, want to go to the scrap iron yard?" People would be like, "No." I'm like, "All right, fuck it then." So there's that. There's that. And people are very, very picky these days on what they want and what they don't want. And some people are just completely toxic. It's rare that you find anyone who's actually like a good person. It's kind of sad. It really is sad. Yeah, I don't really want any more cars to be honest with you. The only kind of car I want was a tow truck and possibly like a semi truck. Only thing I'd really want. And a 3/4 ton pickup truck and maybe a two-door Tahoe GMT 400 or like a GMT 800 Tahoe or Suburban. That's pretty much all I'd want. I don't want anything else than that. And then just have enough parts and shit to fix what I have. I don't really care about any more vehicles than that. I always wanted a 1950s car too. I actually had a 1950s car, but some bozo sold it. It was inoperative at the time, it needed a gas tank, and the thing was rigged as all shit. But it probably would have worked with some TLC, with going through the brakes, putting the weird Bendix Master Booster thing, sending it out to Connecticut for a rebuild, or rebuilding it myself, getting a reman gas tank, which I started making for it, and a bunch of other little shit. That car probably would have ran and drove, and it would have been a 1956 Olds, and it had a generator for the alternator, points, condenser, ignition. It had the hydromatic automatic 4-speed. It was automatic, but you could bump start it apparently. I had no fucking idea, but a transmission, you could put it in like one gear and roll it down a hill, and if you had enough battery voltage, it would freaking start with no starter motor. You can bump start automatic. I had no fucking idea. That was the coolest shit ever when I heard about it. I go, I missed out on that. I missed out on that trying to do it. So it pissed me off. And that car would have been like a World War III, whatever, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever we're at now. Economic wars car, and it would have survived anything. It would have started right up if you were able to get it juiced up. So that would be pretty cool. And a generator, it would have survived a EMP blast. It would have still started. So I want a car like that would survive an EMP blast that has no computers on it. This one, or maybe two. And that would be pretty cool. One day. I'm not paying much for it either. Some people want stupid money for old cars now. Fuck that. So that's that. I would like the old diesel too. Would be great too. Mechanical injection diesel, like something like that, and that will run on like anything. So one day. Some people want these new fancy freaking cars and all this other shit. Fuck that. You don't want that garbage. No way. And if you can't have like 3 of the same cars that you have and have parts cars in your backyard, that's stupid too. Like just buy a couple of wrecked ones that ran and drove but just were fucked up. That's stupid too. You should have a bunch of parts cars so you have a supply of things to pirate in the back. Cannibalize. Anyway, I'm out of here. Do something tomorrow. Trash comes early, so fuck the trash. We found our share of stuff though. We gotta go to scrap iron yard to get another $20 to go afford other stuff. No one's fucking hiring like anywhere. It's just all lies and bullshit. So that's pretty cool. And what else is going on? I don't know. I think this thing leaks. Someone told me this years ago. When you fill these things up with bar and chain oil, they leak. I think this one does too. I don't know how much over time, but it does a decent amount. You gotta put it on a freaking little PP rig. I should probably, I don't know, put it another way. I don't know. It'd be funny though. It didn't leak out much though. When I last checked it. But they do. They do. We need a better chainsaw. Like a steel chainsaw is $1,000 now at Ace Hardware. It's like a good one. That's insane. Like 1,040. Anyway, I'm out of here. Who cares? Made in Indonesia. Like my belt. I bought my V belt for my drain spinner. They don't make V belts anymore in America. They're all made in weird countries now.